You share the last name with an X-Men character. I never really even thought about that.
His first name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had that name first.
Yeah, he did.
Which is weird, though, because before 2008, I'd never met anybody named Logan. And now there's millions of people named Logan.
Oh, yeah, people fucked Hugh Jackman in the X-Men movies.
They were like, the first one, 1999, they're just like, oh,
I gotta come. I think that was 2000, wasn't it?
Maybe 2001, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, I think it was 2000, and then Spider-Man came out 2001.
Oh, Spider-Man's such a good movie.
It's really... I miss the Tobey Maguire trilogy. Anyway...
I don't miss the third one so much.
You gotta check it out again. It's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as everyone says it is. And I think it's also Sam Raimi kind of doing like a fuck you to the studio.
2000,
yeah. Oh, 2000, we fact-checked it. But the studio was just saying, well, do this, do that. And he's like, no. And then they're like, you have to do it or else you'll get fired. And then he said, okay, well, you're going to get a shit movie. So he kind of did that. And then they brought him on. This is my favorite thing about how the Spider-Man franchise broke down. They brought him in for Spider-Man 4, signed on Kirsten Dunst, signed on Tobey Maguire, and Sam Raimi did it under the stipulation that he would have complete creative control. And then Sony said, okay, you will, we promise. And then they started saying, hey, maybe we want this. And he's like, I thought you said that I have complete creative control. They're like, oh, you do. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, we want this and that, and do it. And then he's like, no, I'm not going to do that because you just gave me creative control. Okay, well, then you're fired. And then they did a revamp.
And that's why Sony has to share the rights with Marvel now, because there was stipulation that if their films were successful, the rights would revert back to Marvel, but they keep distributing rights, so they get the money, but they lose all creative control.
They're fucking idiots. Also, didn't Disney just buy, or Marvel just buy Fox? Or
Disney bought Fox.
Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
So now Marvel can...
they can pick it whatever they want.
Wow.
$7.1 billion.
Holy shit.
Disney's on its way to becoming its own worst enemy, by and large.
Yeah, and the big problem, too, is that they fired a guy over his 3 tweets from years ago.
Hold on. First, I'm Mike Logan.
I'm Gerrit Elzinga.
And this better be good.
We're getting better at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're getting better.
Yeah, we're ranting a bit now, because there's been a lot of... I feel like it was...
There's been a lot of
movie news in the last week.
Yeah, I'm just really pissed that James Gunn got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Disney fired him for tweets that he had. I'm sure all of you guys have heard all this. It's been all over the news, but just a couple of our talking points. I feel like this will be fun.
Yeah.
This better be fun.
I hope you don't get depressed.
They fired him over a series of tweets that he had years ago. 10 years ago when Twitter started?
10 years ago is when he apologized for him. No, 10 years ago is when the tweets were. 2012 was when he apologized
for him. So he had already apologized for him, and when he apologized, he was working for Marvel.
Also, he took the tweets down after he apologized for him. Yeah. So you know what happened, like how they came on Earth,
Well,
right?
Disney created the story, basically.
No. A right-wing conservative radio guy has a team that digs through liberal, like Hollywood people, digs through their old tweets.
Yeah.
And he found them and then brought them to Disney and was like, I'm going to,
then Disney showed
and Disney was like, well, fuck! And then they...
That is so, like, what? I'm fucking baffled by the idea that Disney is this high and mighty chariot. Meanwhile, they use... a racist fucking anti-Zion? What is the thing?
Semite.
Anti-Semite. They use his signature as their logo. Yeah. They had the old like racist cartoons or whatever, like Sambo and all that shit.
Which they've tried to destroy, but they can't.
So just like he tried to do with his fucking tweets, like they can't understand.
That's the big problem, I think. The big problem with
they're hypocrites.
The idea. Remember, Roseanne came out and she's like, "Hollywood's backing James Gunn, but everybody turned their back on me." The difference between what James Gunn did and what Roseanne did was James Gunn has shown remorse and growth since it happened, which is what Disney did when they were back doing racist cartoons. Like Disney should know better because they've done the exact same thing. They've done worse. Well, yeah, they've done worse.
They've done worse.
I mean, they've depicted racist characters. In cartoons on screen.
Children's cartoons, so then a child can see that.
But what happened was Disney grew up. They realized that this isn't acceptable. We shouldn't be doing this. And they changed, which is exactly what James Gunn did, which makes no sense why they would fire him. It's stupid. It was a bad move. They can't rehire him now because, one, I don't think he'd accept it, and two, the damage is done. But as far as damage goes, I mean... If
they truly had merit, they would take his name off of the screenplay that they're definitely going to be using.
I don't think they should do a Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I don't think so either. They can't do it without James Gunn. And his script... They could
do it with Taika Waititi.
Yeah, they could for sure with him, but the idea, like, he would have to write a whole new script.
Well, the other thing is Disney could use James Gunn's script and give him a writing credit, give him a producer credit.
But then why the fuck would you fire him as director?
Because using the script and giving him a credit acknowledges their mistake. Me personally, that's what I think.
Fuck them.
I mean, I agree. I think it was a horrible decision, but I think to completely nullify everything he did kind of makes it worse. I mean, it's like, not only... Did we fire him, but we don't regret it, so we're going to cut ties with everything. I think...
Well, then if you regret it, make a statement.
Well, then they're Disney. They're going to make it.
So then fucking don't use his shit. Like, you can't have it both ways. What they're trying to do is have best of the both worlds. Well, we don't agree with what he did. We fire him. Also, we're still going to use this thing that he created for us. It's like, well, then what do you... Like, you're literally... That is the most hypocritical thing that you could do. If you stand behind your decision to fire someone, then you don't use them at all for the next endeavors that you have.
See, but then that's where I think it rectifies it by giving him credits. Is by saying, we made a mistake.
With money.
They're
doing it with money, though.
I say release a statement, say, in hindsight, blah, 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 it was a mistake, we've taken your blah, 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 blah. Give him a writing credit.
That would be great. But they won't do that. They will just use his writing credit, and that's it. That is fucking insane to me.
Yeah, Hollywood sucks right now.
I'm really pissed about it.
Well, it's fine.
What I'm not pissed about is seeing Mission Impossible Fallout.
That's right, everybody. This week, we're going to be seeing Mission Impossible Fallout. And it'll be our first IMAX film on the podcast.
Yes, that's true. No Movie Pass. Also, Movie Pass
doesn't work.
We're almost done.
They ran out of fucking money.
Yeah, they did.
They had to borrow $5 million. That's probably gone.
It's gone for sure. It went through in like a day.
Yeah, this Movie Pass fall has been quick. Like, it's very much... We've used it since they lowered the price to $10.
It's comical.
It was a very fun ride while it lasted. I think both of us knew it wasn't going to last very long.
Yeah. We said that probably every week on this
we're
podcast.
like, well, get it while it lasts. And Movie Pass finally ran out of money last weekend. And then they tried to borrow more money, and now they have no money still. So if you didn't get your Movie Pass when we told you to, we fucking told you to. So
exactly. So
now it's back to paying for movies like a chump, and now we need to get a sponsor or some shit.
Mission Impossible Fallout. Very excited for this movie.
So this movie is one of the best reviewed movies of 2018, which is crazy to say about an action film and a Mission Impossible film. But this movie is sitting...
And the sixth in a franchise.
The sixth installment, I believe it's sitting at a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, man. It was when the trailer came out to promote it, but it is...
Well, it was 95 when the trailer said, but when I checked, it was like 97.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me check the IMDb while you're checking Rotten Tomatoes, because I hate Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like 98% Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
So Mission Impossible.
Hold on, really quick. It is a 8.5 on IMDb as of this moment, with 32,415 reviews, and 86 on Metascore with 57 critic reviews. That is like 100, 90, 90, 70. And then a 50 from Slant Magazine saying...
Slant?
Yeah, fuck these guys. As in Rogue Nation, Fallout's action scenes are cleanly composed and easy to follow, and so abundant as to become monotonous. Oh!
So this person's saying that this action movie has too much action in it.
He's saying the action is too good, and it becomes monotonous. That's what he's saying.
Because there's so much of it. He said it's so abundant that it becomes monotonous.
More so, like... Okay, I'll read it again. I think what he's saying is that they're well crafted and continually happening. Like there's so
many. I think it's a backhanded compliment. It's like the action scenes are great, but there's so many of them, and it's just repetitive. Is what
he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't understand how you go to first of all, fuck critics like that, because you don't go to a Mission Impossible movie and say there's too much action in this. That's the only reason you go to these movies. Like that's what they're for. You go there to watch Tom Cruise do crazy shit. Like that's why you go to these movies.
Oh my god, I wonder if I can find his review of the second one.
It's probably awful. He probably loves it, actually. It was artfully done.
I really want to see Blind Spotting as well. I just pulled that up. That looks good.
They had a screening of that at Wealthy Theater. UICA the other day. Anyway.
Yes, let's talk about this.
So Mission Impossible Fallout. We're talking about Mission Impossible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mission Impossible Fallout, like I said, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which means that critics loved it. A lot of people are saying... One critic, I believe it was IndieWire, said it's the best action movie ever made. The general consensus is that it's a very well-crafted action film. My question, though, are we going into this movie with too high expectations because of the reviews that we've seen?
No, I think it's going to deliver. I honestly do, because every Mission Impossible movies are, like, I'm talking about this with my buddy Kevin McCarthy on the Something Serial podcast that's coming out soon. Coming out today, actually, at the time of this recording. But we're talking about it, and we are just enamored with the Mission Impossible series. Like, I genuinely am a huge James Bond fan, but I think Mission Impossible movies are better.
I agree.
I think they are, like... There is one miss in this entire 6-movie franchise, and all other 5 movies heighten the whole thing. It is so good.
It is. I mean, it's if you're an action fan, we're going to talk about Tom Cruise in a minute, but if you're an action fan, you should not be seeing these movies. I mean, these movies are made for an adrenaline junkie action. If you just love watching action movies, these movies are specifically tailored for you. Like, there's no reason that you could say you don't like these movies, because it delivers every time it comes out. Every movie raises the bar, and every Burj Khalifa, they can't top that. Fucking holding breath underwater for 3.5 minutes, he can't top that.
Yeah.
Now he learned how to halo jump, fly a helicopter.
He's died twice in the franchise.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, like, it is such a... I'm so excited for this movie. Yeah. And I saw Rogue Nation in IMAX as well. And that Burj Khalifa scene is holy shit. It is so exhilarating. Yeah, that's Ghost Protocol. Did I say Rogue Nation?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I saw Ghost Protocol in IMAX. It's... I can't... Words can't even come out.
I remember... So I think my most vivid memory of Mission Impossible... My most vivid memory of Mission Impossible is from the first one, because I was... 96 when the movie came out, so I was 10.
See, and that one, I've seen a lot of times, but it's never had that, like, big impact on me.
It did for me. It was my real... I had seen Top Gun. I had seen, like, Days of Thunder. Like, I had seen Cocktail. I had seen Tom Cruise's movies up until that point. And it wasn't until Mission Impossible when I was just like, oh, this guy's a legit action star. I remember my dad talking to me about the fish tank scene. And him doing that for real. And me thinking... That's kind of cool, but like it was in the middle of Jackie Chan being really big too, so I was like, "Oh well, Jackie Chan does that shit all the time." Like, but I mean, and Jackie Chan has broken almost every bone in his body. He's put his life on the line for our entertainment, but he doesn't do it quite like Tom Cruise does it.
And he's like 80.
Well, Jackie Chan's old now,
but he's still like. I can't fathom the idea that, like, oh, he's broken every bone in his body and he looks great for like 1,000 years old. He's like Shang Tsung.
He's pretty.
It's fucking crazy.
Your soul is mine.
Oh boy!
Or would you say your stunt is mine?
Your stunt is mine. Your stunt, should you choose to accept it.
But yeah, so I remember watching that as a kid, 10 years old. My dad brought home the VHS. We watched it because we didn't go to the movies to see it. We watched it. I remember the cable scene. I remember
Langley.
Yeah, I remember Langley. I remember him jumping off. I fucking played with my action figures. I recreated him jumping off that helicopter onto a train. So many goddamn times.
I did that with my...
So many fucking times.
I did that with my Lost World Jurassic Park figures. I had the trailer, the T-Rex, and I had everything. Oh, really? And I'd throw like a Jeep off the cliff, and I'd do the dialogue with an apple turnover. Yeah,
I was...
We're nerds. High five.
Fuck yeah, man. So, like, Mission Impossible was just like... it was my first love of action films was Mission Impossible. Then Mission Impossible 2 came out, and I was like, nah, this is fine. And
it's so bad. It is the worst movie I think I've ever seen.
And then Mission Impossible 3 came out, and that's when this series, I think, really hit its stride.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams took over for production. He directed it. It was his first director credit. He brought character to Ethan Hunt. He brought depth to every character in the film.
Yep.
He introduced us to Benji.
Philip Seymour Hoffman
raised the bar for bad guys.
The best villain in the entire franchise.
100% agreed. And then, I mean, that was the first... I mean, there wasn't really a huge action set piece in that one. Like, there wasn't Tom Cruise doing anything nuts. He did run through... was it... what country was he in?
Which one?
When he ran for, like, 5 minutes straight at the end of that.
3.
Yeah, no, which country
he runs?
was he in?
China, isn't it?
Is it Singapore? I think it's Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. But he runs a mile.
He runs a mile flat, one take. It's pretty impressive. Well, it's not one take; it's cuts. But there's one smooth take where he's running, and it's like the side shot where he's like
just moving through people.
And I think that was the first like big like impressive thing where it's like, because I mean he'd done some impressive things in the movies before, but that was the first one where you're like, oh, he really ran that far. That was pretty impressive. Yeah. Then Ghost Protocol.
Oh my god!
And that's when shit really hit the fan.
Well, that's Brad Bird.
Brad Bird's first live-action director.
Yep. Which it's funny, some of the CG in that, I just rewatched that in preparation for Fallout. Some of the CG looks like it's animated. Like, it's like when the missile comes out of the sea and it kind of like hovers above the water. I'm using my hand for a fucking audio podcast, but it hovers above the water and then like the smoke shoots out and it kind of looks like it's out of Incredibles, but it still works for the movie. Yeah, it was really interesting to see.
But yeah, that was the first one I think where they really raised the bar with action, because that was the Burj Khalifa scene, which was huge when they were filming it. A big news story. Tom Cruise is really climbing up the side of the world's tallest building, and that's the first time when you were like, shit, he's really doing some crazy shit for this movie. Then you had Rogue Nation, which I think story-wise, I think is the best movie.
Story-wise, for sure, is the best movie, because it goes... Story-wise, for Rogue Nation, it is very similar to the first one, where you have a bunch of different people and different motivations, and Ethan Hunt is trying to play each person, and then each...
A lot of deception, yeah.
It's a lot of deception, it's a lot of twists and turns, and it's a really, really good story. And... it's like the first one, and that it seems like an espionage thriller again, and I really think that's what's going to happen with Fallout, because Fallout is the same director as Rogue Nation, Christopher McQuarrie, right? Mm-hmm. So that is the same director, and I'm sure it's going to tie up some loose ends from that the fifth one.
Damn, Rogue Nation has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rogue Nation is fucking incredible.
So we're introduced to Ilsa, Rebecca Ferguson's character in Rogue Nation.
Ilsa Faust.
Who the whole film you don't know where her allegiance lies, which I think really
good
makes the plot of that film. Is like, because you don't know what she's doing. She flip flops a couple of times.
Well, it's because she's the Ethan Hunt of this movie. Like, she rescues him multiple times. She is the perfect female counterpart to his crazy male counterpart.
Yeah, and I think she's also the first time. No offense to Paula Patton. But she's the first real strong female character. Paula Patton was a good female character, but she doesn't really pass the Bechdel test. Because I mean, like, she
does Ilsa?
Yeah, I mean, she's serving her country.
But no, the Bechdel test is where it's two females talking about something other than a man.
Yeah, well, I mean, Paula Patton's entire motivation in the film is to get revenge for her dead boyfriend.
Yeah, but that's not a conversation.
Well, it's a version of the Bechdel test. She doesn't pass.
There's different versions of this thing?
I just feel like her only motivation is to avenge a man. Like, she doesn't really have her own motivations in that movie. Yeah. It's very much like, oh, you killed my boyfriend, I'm going to fuck you up. And then, like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's not the actual Bechdel test, but it's very much like,
okay, all right.
Her motivations are to serve a man.
I didn't know if we were changing definitions on that, because we've changed definitions on so many things lately.
No, it's still, the Bechdel test is still the Bechdel test.
Okay,
but
all right.
For anyone who doesn't know what the Bechdel test is, Gerrit explained it. It's when two female characters in a film, if you have a conversation and it's not about another man.
Other than a man.
Hold on, we will get to the opposite things, because if you have a conversation and it's not about a man, then the film passed the Bechdel test.
Yes.
But if every conversation that two females have is about a man, it doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
And most movies fail because they don't have two women talking to each other.
Most movies fail because they don't have women writing these movies or having any input whatsoever.
That's the existential reason.
But Ilsa, Rebecca Ferguson's character, is a spy who equals Ethan.
Yep.
She's maybe better than Ethan.
Well, he's old and she's younger.
But, I mean, she saves him multiple times. She's out for herself. She's out for her country. She's out for her government.
Yeah.
Who turns her back on her anyway. So, I mean, she is just a single white female. She's just a single
she's crazy.
Strong character. She's really good in that movie. She bests Ethan twice in the film. She even manages to kill him once. Well, no.
She saves
him, but she abandons him as she thinks he's dying.
No, that doesn't.
Okay, she brings him back, and then
she uses a defibrillator. Benji comes back with the flash drive. Then she grabs the flash drive after she defibrillates Benji. I just watched it last night, and then Tom Cruise. The whole scene is just like, what? What's going on? Yeah, because he just fucking died. It's crazy.
I love the great. I really enjoyed too that like any other action. If that was The Rock, he'd have died, come back, or let's kick ass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland died in 24, and when he came back, he wasn't, like, all dazed.
But, yeah, Tom Cruise is straight up, like, even when Benji just says, you just died. What?
he literally goes, what are you talking about? It's so funny.
It's a really good scene. But, yeah, so now we're at Mission Impossible Fallout, which is, this is a long episode, which is...
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, this is a fucking great franchise. It deserves all this attention. We're at Fallout now, so in the story, essentially... I don't really know the whole plot. Ethan apparently chooses to save his team over grabbing some plutonium, which is MacGuffin-y, but
yeah,
we're not here for that.
Isn't the whole franchise? I mean, the first one, the knock list. The second
one,
there's
always a MacGuffin. Yeah, there's always
3 is the rabbit's foot. 4 is
also I love how
those glasses when he's climbing the.
I love how winky J.J. Abrams is by calling the MacGuffin the rabbit's foot in that movie.
Yeah,
like it's very much like this is ridiculous. We don't care. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yes,
it doesn't matter what it does. We just need a thing for Ethan to go get motivated.
Yep.
Which is why I fucking love J.J. Abrams.
What's the MacGuffin in Rogue Nation?
Rogue Nation is he kills.
No, it's
the chick at the beginning, and then
wait, what?
Yeah, he kills the agent. Remember at the beginning, the first thing is he does that fucking thing with the parachute and the package on the plane. Or he's right on the side of the plane, does baggage, gets out of there, goes to find his next mission in that recording studio.
Yeah, but Ethan doesn't kill the girl.
No, the guy Solomon does.
Oh, Solomon does. I thought you said Ethan.
No, I said Ethan. I said he. I said he kills the girl.
I thought you were talking about Ethan.
No, I was playing the pronoun game. But no, there really isn't a MacGuffin in
No, there's not.
The MacGuffin is this guy wants to kill Ethan and wants to make Ethan suffer. For no real reason, it doesn't really explain it. Maybe we'll learn in this one.
It's funny because like if you're going and comparing this to the James Bond franchise, all of the Daniel Craig movies have basically involved Daniel Craig as James Bond being disavowed from MI6. They use a different thing. He's his license to kill is revoked. License revoked, that kind of thing.
What is this, Lethal Weapon 2? Diplomatic immunity! It's just been revoked.
No, that's what they call it. License revoked. So your license to kill is revoked. That happens in Timothy Dalton's License to Kill, and it happens a lot in the new...
It happens in every Daniel Craig one.
In the new James Bond ones. But then it happens to Ethan Hunt in almost every single Mission Impossible where he's disavowed.
Well, it says, too, if he fails his mission, to disavowed. So, I mean, it's kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, but the thing is, he never fails his mission. He doesn't fail it. But it's like...
Well, he usually fails the first mission. Well,
in the first one, he is seen as like the mole. They're trying to do a mole hunt. That's what the knock list is for. So he's disavowed under suspicion, thinking that he did it. So he has to go prove his innocence.
He doesn't get disavowed in the second one.
No, second one he doesn't. Fucking worst one. 3, he's disavowed. Because what's his name gets away.
Because Benji's supposed to help him even though he's not supposed to.
Yep. And then 4, the whole team's disavowed. 5, disavowed.
That's why it's called Rogue Nation.
Yep. Well, Rogue Nation is the Syndicate.
We are the Syndicate.
And then this one, he's disavowed as well.
Well, we don't know if he's disavowed because the CIA is...
That is true.
I don't think he's disavowed in this one. I think the CIA essentially keeps tabs on him this time. Which brings me to my first question, I guess.
Yeah, wow. We have questions. All right.
So, Henry Cavill, it's in the trailer as the guy who's been sent by the CIA. I'm not going to talk about the mustache. Sent to the
that
CIA.
Mustache is...
It's a great mustache.
I would rather have that mustache in this movie and not give a shit about the CGI in Dawn of Justice. Or not, that fucking Justice League.
Do you bleed?
Ugh.
Anyway.
God, that movie was bad.
Henry Cavill, it's in the trailers. They've spoiled that, unfortunately. It's going to be one of, if not the bad guy in this movie. He's going to somehow, for some reason...
Yeah, I
have to go after Ethan.
I want to see why there's a turn. It seems like they're fighting together.
To me, it's pretty obvious why there's going to be a turn. I mean, the idea is the CIA puts him there to keep an eye on Ethan, and if Ethan does anything the CIA doesn't want him to do, he's got a license to kill.
But I want to know what the turn is. I'm so excited for this.
Will
movie.
Henry Cavill be better than Philip Seymour Hoffman?
No.
But have you seen him
cock his arms? Where he fights? Yeah. Have you seen Philip Seymour Hoffman say, I'm gonna hurt her. Where's the rabbit's foot?
What does he say? What's your name?
What's your name?
Do you have a wife or girlfriend?
I'm gonna find her, and I'm gonna hurt her.
I love that sounds like the Along Came Polly, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Tried to fart and a little shit came out. We gotta go.
Ethan, where's the rabbit's foot? I gave it to you. Also, side note again, even though we keep getting sidetracked because this franchise is so good. If you want to see a masterclass in how good of an actor Tom Cruise is, that opening scene in Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, he's so good.
He goes ththrough every fucking emotion in that scene.
It's funny because that movie comes out right after the whole Matt Lauer thing with...
Are you being glib?
Being glib? Like, he is literally... he's the face of Scientology, and 3 is the moment that it happens.
Yeah.
Because that first scene is just like, that's not what you want. No. And it's like, he's talking to Matt Lauer the whole time. And it is so funny to watch now, especially.
Somebody should splice that together. Why has nobody done that yet?
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
Man, I gotta watch this Going Clear documentary because apparently there's some really fucked up shit that Scientology does. Tom Cruise just puts money towards it and says whatever.
Want to watch that?
I have to because I can't keep living this lie of thinking that Tom Cruise is amazing.
Oh, I don't think he's an amazing person. I think he's a fantastic actor.
That's the problem. These movies make me think he is. I need this, and everyone's like fine with working with him. He's a great guy. Everyone loves him.
Yeah, people love him. They say he's fantastic.
And I'm just like, no, man.
He just supports a group of people that aren't that great.
Which it'd be like if you're fucking supporting Nazis. Like,
but you're like the greatest person ever.
It's crazy. It'd be like if Obama was loving Nazis. Where you're just like, I love that guy, but Jesus Christ, why are you doing
Nazis
that?
too much.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Keep America great.
Keep America white.
Keep America white.
What? Wait, Hold on a second. I got my tiki torch. It's great.
Nobody asked for my birth certificate. I'm actually German. Okay. Couple more questions.
Yeah, quick questions. We gotta head out soon.
We do have to head out soon. We don't want to. This isn't like AMC. We have to like go pick our seats and shit. They don't need to know that.
We'll be fine. It's Monday.
It's Monday. It's IMAX. People aren't shelling out big bucks to go see a movie during the day on Monday at 11. So
next question.
Sorry, I've just completely got sidetracked because I just talked about something else, and I'm going to talk until I can remember what the fuck I was trying to say, and I'm back. Do you think that Benji, Luther, Ilsa are going to get as much shine as they normally do? Will Benji get more because his character has been getting bigger as the films go on, or will this be a fucking Tom Cruise movie, Tom Cruise Henry Cavill movie?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know, because I'm sorry for the dead air. I'm legitimately thinking because every one of these movies has seemed like a Tom Cruise movie, but all the other characters are so heightened they're needed. I think this is going to be the same. I don't think it's going to be like it's going to be like the others where Tom Cruise does all this crazy shit, but then also, I mean, Jeremy Renner was in 4 and 5, and he's still such a big force in the movie.
I don't think he's going to be... Wait, he wasn't in...
He was in 4.
He's not in this one.
No, he's not in this one.
Because of Avengers.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't in Avengers either.
It's so funny. Apparently they've already filmed all that stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's... Some people are going to have to take a back seat. I think with this movie having 2 villains, I think this movie's going to have to take some of the characters are going to have to take a back seat.
Well, I have a feeling that... Oh, maybe I just predicted the movie. No, I don't want to say that.
Don't say it. All right.
I won't.
Let's get some closing questions in so we can get to this theater here. The closing question. The only question to ask before we're going to see this movie. Gerrit!
Yes.
Arbitrary rating. What are we giving this?
Oh, man. I think I'm going to have to give it 10 ankle breaks out of 11.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be really good.
I'm giving this movie...
I don't think it'll be the best, but I think it'll be really... I don't know, though. That's the thing with these movies. Like, I love Ghost Protocol, and then I saw Rogue Nation, and it's like, I can't tell if it's better, but I love it as much. Like, I don't know. I can't compare. It's so hard to rank these movies. Jews.
I'm going to give this movie... I'm giving it 15 Henry Cavill mustaches out of 15.
Oh, boy.
I think it's going to be fucking fantastic. Woo! I'm really excited. I think it's going to be good. Let's get the fuck out of here.
It is the 6th one, so I'm going to say 6 ankle breaks.
6 ankle breaks out of 6.
6 ankle breaks out of 6.
6 ankle breaks. That guy broke his ankle. They put it in the movie. They better put it in the movie.
They definitely did. He's not going to do the scene again.
I'm saying they better have put it in the movie.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. It's one of those things like you break your ankle, you're like, did you get the shot? Yeah, you gonna use it? No. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that again. What do you want me to break the other ankle? I got to stick this landing.
All right. You guys enjoyed this trailer, and we'll be back in just a minute. Oh, I was doing the Wayne's World Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, I know. You were. I'm doing.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Your mission. Should you choose to accept it? I wonder, did you ever choose not to? The end you always feared is coming. And the blood will be on your hands. The fallout of all your good intentions.
You had a terrible choice to make in Berlin. One life over millions. And now the world is at risk.
This is the CIA's mission. If he had held on to the plutonium, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
His team would be dead.
Yes, they would. That's the job.
Down with the victims. We both know you need them. Stuck in the middle of all irrelevance.
You don't understand what you're involved in.
You need to walk away.
Please don't make me go through you.
How many times has Hunt's government betrayed him, disavowed him, cast him aside? How long before a man like that has had enough?
You can't fight the friction. So you can't take the pressure. So
Ethan, that's not who we are.
Maybe we need to reconsider that.
you can't fight the friction.
So, how is he?
Hell, you know. Same old Ethan.
What the hell is he doing?
I find it best not to look.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back.
It's been so long.
It's been like 2 minutes, 45 seconds or something like that.
Something like that.
For us, it's been literally 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
More than that, actually.
More than
It's
that.
been
3
4
hours.
hours. Well, yeah, 3 hours.
11:50 to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So 12 to 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
About 4 hours. Anyway,
All
so we just saw Mission Impossible Fallout. You know that. You just heard your mission.
Should you choose to accept it?
He does a better Solomon Lane than I do.
But I wonder, did you ever choose not to?
Man, that's my boy.
He just took a shit.
He took a shit.
Solomon Lane took a shit.
You know what didn't take a shit?
This movie.
This movie was fucking great.
Fantastic. I still can't decide if it's my favorite one or not.
It's my favorite one.
The way these work.
I think for me personally, I don't think that it had my favorite scene of all the Mission Impossible movies.
No.
But I do think it was my favorite movie. I mean, so many twists and turns, and
I was just gonna say that.
fake outs and masks, and like it was like a nod. Every scene was like a nod to another Mission Impossible movie.
But it had its own identity at the same time.
Yeah,
it was so great.
It was very good. We're gonna spoiler free for a couple minutes, obviously.
Yeah.
The cold open of the movie is something that harkens back to like old school Mission Impossible movies. There's some twists. There's a couple of twists.
Yeah, so we won't say that.
Yeah, we won't say it yet. But yeah, there's some twists that you don't really see coming, and then there's some times where you're questioning people's allegiances, and then it's just a lot of really trippy stuff going on. And the action set pieces. This movie was a 2.5 hour action scene. Like It was like I compared to like Mad Max Fury Road, where it's just like action, dialogue to catch you up. Action, dialogue to catch you up. Action. It was
definitely that.
And I mean, there weren't any. I mean, the Halo jump was impressive, but there wasn't any like jaw-dropping sequences. They were just all really good sequences. Like there wasn't.
My jaw was dropped during what were the IMAX ones? The Halo
jump, the helicopter, and then.
I think that was it, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was just those two scenes.
Yeah, but though, like my jaw was on the floor during those.
The helicopter chase was. I was leaned forward in my seat, like.
I think I like went, oh my god, like a lot of times during those.
Fight choreography was great. It was visceral and brutal, and everybody had their own fighting style, which I really enjoyed. Like Henry Cavill had his just brute force fighting style.
Yep.
Tom Cruise had he does like a mixture of like Krav Maga and like martial arts and like UFC.
Yeah.
Like it's a very physical but still finesse. Then Ilsa Faust has her very finesse fighting. Even Solomon Lane gets down towards
he's just like a robot that is strong fighting. And it's very funny to see.
I don't have emotion, but I'll punch you and then I'll choke you out. He likes ropes.
Yeah, he really does. That guy gets down on some BDSM.
But yeah, Gerrit, what do you think? Spoiler free. What'd you think of the movie?
I mean, I gotta give it 6 broken ankles out of 6 broken ankles, babe. Yep. It was great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 15. Henry Cavill mustaches out of 15. I think it was
that mustache was good.
It was a good mustache. I think it helped the character. I don't think he would have been the same without it. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh, and the scene where he's running and does break his ankle is in the movie.
It is, yeah.
But they cut so quickly, so you can't see that ankle.
Yeah, like there's all the press coverage of it. Like you really see him break the
ankle.
And
you see it in the trailer too. Because you can pause a trailer. If you could pause the movie, you'd probably be able to see it. But yeah, that ankle.
That scene when he climbs up onto the bridge and then limps away onto the building, that's him limping on a broken ankle.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. No. They were on the Graham Norton show, and they were saying that he did the jump, he broke his ankle, he got up, ran, finished the scene, and then walked himself to the medical area.
Whatever.
Yeah, they said it on Graham Norton the other night.
I thought it was like a nod to him breaking his ankle.
No, that was him literally running on a broken ankle.
Wow.
Dude, he's a fucking machine. I don't know what this guy's made of. It's probably some Scientology juice or something.
Well, I know that he also limped away running in that motorcycle chase, though. Mm. Is that the one you're thinking of? Because I can't remember if there's a cut when he climbs up, because I don't think it's a continuous shot.
They took that shot. They filmed they had 7 different cameras set up for that shot.
Okay.
So they had a camera following him. They had a camera mounted on the side when you see him jump. They had a camera pointed towards the building. I'm doing hand signals that you can't see.
Yeah.
But you can still hear what I'm describing. They had a camera pointed towards the building when he landed, and they had a camera facing outward to see him climb up. So all of that whole scene, the whole take of him running, jumping, and climbing up is one take. They just cut it up.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. All right.
But yeah, Tom Cruise, I was telling Gerrit, Tom Cruise normally does all the big stunts of these movies, but then they also have stunt doubles for other stunts. This is the first Mission Impossible movie that Tom Cruise did all of his own stunts with no stunt double, which is, nobody does that. Jackie Chan used to do that. I don't think he even does that anymore.
It's fascinating.
He's also 100 years old.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier.
Yeah, that's enough spoiler free because there's a lot of spoilers in this movie. So,
guys, I mean, this and thank you, sorry to bother you. 2 movies that you should definitely just go see.
Yeah, and see it in IMAX if you have IMAX available where you're at.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good. I want to give a shout out to somebody, actually. So, talk about something while I do that.
I'm playing a game called Jurassic World Alive on my phone. That's always fun. Just go catch dinosaurs and then make them for... It's like Pokemon Go for dinosaurs. It's pretty great. Just caught a Postasuchus.
This Caviar TV is a media company over in Europe. They're a big fan of our show, apparently.
What?
Caviar TV. Big fan of our show. Shout out to Caviar TV.
How have I not heard this yet?
It's on our Instagram. It's on my Instagram.
Oh, well, that's why I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
I gotta leave. There's a T-Rex around the corner, so I'll see you guys later.
Are you serious?
No, of course not.
I don't know.
I'm gonna wait till you leave.
Love Jurassic World.
I'm gonna wait till you leave and then walk over there.
That makes more sense. So, spoiler, done. Go see the movie. Pause this. Go see the movie.
Yes.
Come back to it.
Yep.
The cold open of this movie harkens back to Mission Impossible 1.
Yes.
It's a complete and total bait and switch that you do not see coming. You think that they've given up this plutonium, and then they set off all these nukes across the Holy Lands, like the Mecca, the Vatican, and Jerusalem. Nukes go off there, and you see Wolf Blitzer doing a broadcast of it, and then
really cool.
Yeah, and Ethan Hunt is really mad at this guy who designed these, and they trick him into thinking that these nukes have gone off, and so he gives up information under the guise of, you can't stop it, it's already happened. But then it hasn't happened, and like the walls fall down in the hospital room where they're interrogating him, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then you find out that it's all just an act, like in the first film when they were in Kiev.
And the guy, they drugged the wife, Jim Phelps' wife or whatever, and then she's on the couch.
He's like, slept. He's like, wait, come on, Claire. But then Simon Pegg pulls the Wolf Blitzer mask off, and it's Simon Pegg. And Wolf Blitzer's actually in the fucking movie, which is kind of
really great.
But yeah, and then I think that really sets the tone for the whole film. Like, I think it's just like, okay, well, you don't know what to expect now. You're on edge. You're on your toes. You can't really trust anything because masks are definitely in play now.
Everything's off limits, that kind of thing. Which it's an amalgamation of all the other Mission Impossibles, but it also has its own identity. I think I've said that already.
Yeah,
but it's just god.
And then I
want to see it again.
And the movie is just action after set piece after set piece after set piece. You get the scene, the bathroom fight scene, which is in the trailers. With Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise against some Asian dude who's a badass.
But these are it looked like a Raid Redemption fight. You seen Raid Redemption?
Yeah, it did. It was very no music, not many cuts. It was very brutal. That guy, I can't remember the name of the guy, but that guy that they fight is one of their head stunt coordinators.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he's actually, he was a stunt man, and he did so well in this movie that he got like a stunt coordinator position. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, within like Bad Robot or something like that. But yeah,
good for him.
Kudos to whoever that guy is. He put up a good fight. Henry Cavill. Let's talk about him for a second. He's a piece of shit in this movie.
Yeah.
You start off thinking he's just the muscle for the CIA, and then you find out that he is actually the villain in the movie.
Yep.
That they're looking for. He exposes himself to who he thinks is Solomon Lane, held captive, when in reality it's Benji in a Solomon Lane mask.
Which was great. Another
bait and switch. You're like, I'm not going to dive deep into how they get into set up the situation, but he thinks he's revealing, saying to him, we're supposed to frame Ethan Hunt for this and all this stuff, and doing a normal bad guy monologue thing.
Yeah.
But then he quickly realizes that it's not actually Solomon Lane. He's just giving himself up.
And then you think it's just him and Benji because he takes the Solomon Lane mask off, and then in comes Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin to the rescue.
And then turns a corner, and fucking everybody's still standing there. Like, oh my god, it's great.
He's caught red-handed. You got the secretary of the CIA on the phone listening to this whole confession.
Yep. And then the movie makes me angry because
they kill Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. She shuts down the whole operation.
She requests that they all come back to DC for debriefing.
Which is like the last thing that anyone should do in any fucking movie ever.
They've got plutonium out in the wind, and she's like, come back to DC where, so we can talk to you guys about it.
Yeah, it's like, no, stop talking. Like, the reason that IMF exists is because all of the things that you guys have to go through, like operations-wise, it always gets fucked up. That's the reason that you have these things that are set up to go and do the dirty work that you guys can't do. The CIA is always like, oh, we have to stick to the rigid code. And it's like, well, once you don't stick to it, then shit gets done,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have things like ICE in this country that really is doing fucking nothing to help anybody. But, Jews.
So yeah, Alec Baldwin dies. This is the first major character that's died in this franchise. You had Emilio Estevez in the first one, but he wasn't really, he died in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't really, you weren't attached to him. We've had Alec Baldwin as some form of the secretary for 3 movies now. He was introduced in Ghost Protocol. He became the secretary in Rogue Nation. He was secretary again in Fallout.
Was he introduced in Ghost Protocol? Mm-hmm. At the end?
No, he was, I
don't think he's in Ghost Protocol. I just watched it. Because I know he's in Rogue Nation.
So is it the beginning?
He might be introduced at the end of Ghost Protocol.
Because I remember he's the director of CIA before, and by the end of Rogue Nation, he leaves the CIA to be the secretary.
Yeah.
I can't think if he was in.
Well, because Tom Wilkinson is in Ghost Protocol, and then he gets killed.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy Renner and Tom Cruise, come together and then get on the train. And then they have to solve the thing or whatever. But I think...
It's a great description.
Yeah, solve the thing. You mean complete the mission? Whatever.
Mission accomplished. We're finding out right now
I don't think Alec
is not
Baldwin's
in
Ghost Protocol.
So anyway, he's such a great character. You feel like you've known him forever.
Yeah.
The point is, you're emotionally attached to the guy. He's, he expresses his admiration of Ethan at the beginning of the movie. He talks about how his mentality is what convinced him to leave the CIA to come to the Impossible Mission Forces. And once that build-up started happening, I thought he might die in this movie.
Yeah.
Because anytime a character expresses... Like, anytime you get really emotionally invested in a character, all of a sudden...
Well, anytime a father figure tells the son that they're proud,
I'm pretty sure
he's
they're the
right out
same
the
age.
window. But he's a father figure.
Yeah.
Because he's like...
The director.
Higher... It's not even
Secretary.
age-wise. It's just like a higher...
Yeah, Alec Baldwin does seem more wise and older than Tom Cruise, so...
Yeah, just a higher position.
But they fucking killed him, which is good, because I think it establishes a precedent of now, anything's fair game.
Yeah.
Like, anybody can die.
I thought the bombs went off at the end.
That was clever cinematography.
It was the
That
sun.
was very clever, yeah.
Yeah, that really threw me.
Yeah, so, but then you get towards the rest of the movie, the whole point is they need to get these plutonium bombs back. Solomon Lane has planted them.
Where was the third one?
There's only 2 bombs. 2 bombs and a detonator. Oh, the third plutonium thing that they had it already.
That's
they got it as
collateral. Yeah.
Or a show of good faith.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
But yeah, there's a scene towards the end of the movie where all 3 of them in different circumstances have to try and defuse these bombs, but they all have to do everything at the same time, or else they can't defuse the bombs. But they're all in different places, and one of them doesn't have a headset. Tom Cruise doesn't have a headset, so they all just have to just trust that Ethan has done his job, which fucking Ving Rhames, Luther, is just the best friend.
He'll do it.
He's like, he gonna do it. He really trusts Ethan, which is great. And also, I found a running theme in the movie. I'm digressing for a second. I found a running theme in the movie. Ethan told Benji, "I've got you," 4 times in this movie.
Yep. Which
is weird, because it's very much like, I feel like he looks at Benji like a son.
Little brother.
Yeah, because he's like, I got you.
It's like a little
brother.
brother.
I'm going to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, you really feel that Ethan... Not only because in other movies he has the weight of the world, but now he's definitely feeling the weight of the individuals that he surrounds himself with.
There's a family, for
sure.
Yeah,
and he's very much like they all look for Ethan for protection, and he usually protects them. But no, at the end of the movie, they all have to coordinate this. Ethan has to pull the pin out of a detonator at the same time that the other 2 characters have to cut a wire on the nuclear device to stop this device from going off.
Yeah, so the way the thing works is the device has to start the countdown, and then the pin has to be taken out of the detonator, and then they can cut the wire.
Yeah, so they all wait to sync up, so wait till there's 1 second left on the timer.
Yeah.
That way we give it to the last possible moment to make sure, if he pulled the pin, then we're safe. If he didn't, we've saved at least a second of life.
Yep.
So they wait till 1 second goes, they all slip the wires, the screen goes white, and it cuts to Ethan, who is far enough away from the nuclear blast where he'd be able to see it and not get hurt. And so it cuts to him, and the left side, he's on the right side of the frame, on the side of a cliff, and then the left side of the frame is like the horizon, and it's washed out by white light, which leads you to believe that the nuke went off and he's seeing it.
Yeah.
But then in actuality, it's just the white light being washed out from the sun, and it cuts to his face, he's got the pin in his mouth, and you see that he saved the day. And it was a very good mystery.
I thought what that pin was, it didn't even matter. I thought that's what it was at first, and then it showed them, and I was like, oh, thank God they're okay.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good misdirect.
Yeah, it was great.
And also, it's a good...
And if you're listening right now and you haven't seen the movie yet, then you're a fucking idiot, because we just ruined the whole thing for you.
Or you just don't care.
Or you don't care.
To us talk.
And which is dumb, because we don't have millions of dollars to make a great movie. We just talk about what was already made.
We do want to reiterate that if you're listening to this, you're not a fucking idiot.
No, that's not what I said. I'm saying if you are listening to this and you haven't seen the movie.
But there could be people who just listen to it just to hear us.
I don't know, man. Okay, well, if you do that, then that's your own prerogative.
Drop it in the comments. Nobody's ever dropped anything in the comments.
No, they won't.
Drop it in the comment on our Facebook page. Let us know. Do you listen to us after you see the movie? Do you listen to us half and half?
Do you ever listen to us and then regret listening because you're like, fuck, now I want to see that movie? And then you see the movie and then you write a bad review on IMDb. You're like, this movie sucks, because you already knew what was going to happen. Have you ever done that?
Not that we haven't warned you not to do that. We've told you on movies where we're like, hey, don't listen to us, go see the movie.
Yeah.
So that's when you... But...
It's funny how now you're on my page. All I had to
I mean, like, I'm not saying you're fucking retarded. I'm just saying you can't be mad afterward if we've told you that we're going to spoil the movie.
That's true.
But if you continue to listen to us, even though you don't want to see the movie, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
We just like being listened to.
I just think you're a fucking idiot. No, I'm totally kidding.
All right. One of the questions I asked was, how do you think the rest of the cast would be utilized? Would it be a Tom Cruise show? Will Simon Pegg be highlighted? How are they going to do this?
Oh, they're all highlighted. Everyone is given equal time, and I love it.
Yeah,
that's why I love these movies.
It's very well balanced, which is a testament to Tom Cruise. One, being the star of the film, but not having to be the sole focus of the movie.
You okay?
Yeah. I got choked up thinking of Tom Cruise.
You got chunked up.
Yeah.
He burped.
I burped, you guys. But yeah, man, this movie is fucking great. It's definitely... as far as action movies go, it's got to be the best action movie I've ever seen in at least 5 or 6 years.
What's your last one then?
I think Mad Max Fury Road was a great action movie.
Yep.
I think this is better. I think you care more about what's going on in this one.
I think so, because you have years of history before it.
Yeah, Mad Max was just like, it was a visual treat. It was amazing to look at. Not much in the way of plot.
The only character that you care about is Max.
Well, I don't really care about Max that much in the movie. He's just kind of a blank slate to me.
Well, just basically because of like the history of Mel Gibson playing him.
Yeah,
like that's the only character I knew going in.
I mean, Furiosa's the only character with any actual depth in that movie.
Agreed. I cared about her by the end. Yeah,
but in this movie, I mean, you care about every character in this movie, and I think that's what sets it above a normal action movie. If you were just to take this movie on the merit of just the action, let's just judge the action, I don't think it's better than Ghost Protocol. I think the action scenes in Ghost Protocol were more intense, were more impressive. I think there was more action in this movie, but I think the plot helps elevate this movie above any other Mission Impossible movie.
Great plot. I genuinely... Yeah, I agree.
If I were to re-rank the movies right now, I would go Fallout, I'd go Fallout, Ghost Protocol, 3, 1... Rogue Nation, and then...
Rogue Nation that low, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
I like Rogue Nation. I think it's really good. I just think there's a lot... I don't know. Like I said, wasn't a big fan of Solomon. I didn't say this in the podcast. I said this to Gerrit in the car. But I think Solomon Lane's a pretty undercooked villain, which I think he was kind of the flaw for me in Rogue Nation. I also think Rogue Nation had a lot of great scenes, but not the best plot.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my order.
I totally disagree with you.
Yeah, well, that's why they listen.
2 is the worst.
This is true.
And the rest of them all fall in first. I can't rank them.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I would think 1 would be pretty low on your list.
No, 1 is great. I've seen 1 maybe 4 or 5 times, and every time I watch it, I love it more and more. Like the last time I watched it was a couple weeks ago, and genuinely just fucking love that movie because it's directed wonderfully. Where like the scene between Jim Phelps and Ethan Hunt, where Ethan is quote unquote playing the events in his head, but he's taking Jim's narrative and being like, and Jim's telling him like, well, this happened, that happened, and then Ethan's like, yeah, okay. But what we're seeing as the audience, which is what Ethan's thinking, which is where he's putting it together that Jim Phelps is the one that did the whole thing. Yeah. And then Jim Phelps thinks he gets away scot-free with it, and then he thinks that he's bought Ethan's trust, and Ethan's like, no, fuck you. So, but it's very subtle the way it's done.
Oh, it is.
That scene alone puts it high for me.
I was 10 when I first saw that movie, and I that scene confused the fuck out of me.
The whole movie confused me when I was younger, and then going back to it, like, I don't have the nostalgia about it. I have nostalgia about Goldeneye. I think Goldeneye, the James Bond movie, is like one of the best movies of all time.
It came out the year after Mission Impossible.
Year before.
Goldeneye was 97. Mission Impossible was 96.
No, Goldeneye was 95. Mission Impossible was 96.
Right. The game
came out in 97. Yeah. Which is funny how the game came out 2 years after the movie. Isn't that interesting?
It's a great game.
It is a great game. No, I think the game came out earlier than that, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Because I was in first grade, I think, when the game came out, which was 96. Christmas 96. Check it. Check out the hook with my DJ Revolves It. Lice, baby. Oh boy.
97.
97 the game. Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm wrong. But I was right about other things. So, So I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
You don't
see
have
this.
to rank him.
I'm gonna have to see this one again. I'm gonna see it again for sure.
I think it was just an amazing film. I think that
I'm gonna record the last scene, and then
like on your phone.
Yeah.
Just watching it at home. Oh, it's so good. And then they brought back Julia. Julia
Gulia.
Josie Grossi. They brought back Julia, which is part of Solomon's master plan to really make Ethan suffer, to try and put her in the direction of this nuclear blast that never actually
a lot
went
of
off.
Spectre vibes.
Yeah, it was very much like I've been the orchestrator of your pain this whole time, which is literally what Blofeld says in Spectre.
I'm the author of all your pain.
I'm the author of all your pain, Chips. I don't do very good stuff once.
I fuck it. The more I think about Spectre, I hate it. And then seeing it done well in this movie makes me really hate Spectre.
Yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout is a really well done Spectre.
This is such a good Spectre.
If they put Dave Bautista in instead of Henry Cavill, I'm just kidding. Cavill
was perfect. If Cavill would have been in Spectre, that would have made Spectre better.
Yeah.
And British.
If he could actually be a British person in a movie for once.
God, yeah, this movie's great.
Yeah, go see this goddamn movie, you guys. I gotta get some food and then prepare for this roast battle tonight.
Yeah, you got some shit to do. I got another podcast to work on.
So yeah, Garrett, anything you want to talk about this weekend? Anything you got going on for the listeners?
Not too much. It's going to be at Dr. Grin's Comedy Club in Grand Rapids. emceeing this weekend for Quinn Dale. Funny guy.
Quinn Dale.
You guys should come out.
You can find me in Detroit all weekend. I'll be at Sellerman's in Hazel Park.
Solomon Lanes
at Hazel Park. Saturday night, and then Sunday night I'll be at 313 Comedy, which is at the Detroit Shipping Company, which is a brewery, I guess.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'll be there Sunday. So come out if you're in Detroit. Come out and see me because I'm pretty funny in person as well.
Well, we're both getting paid, but not a lot. So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. And
we're gonna get a Patreon.
We got to get a Patreon.
If we created a Patreon, let's ask you guys a question. If we created a Patreon account, what would you want? What kind of content would you want from us to warrant your $5 a month? Send us a message on wherever you listen to us. SoundCloud,
Talk
iTunes,
to us, baby.
Instagram, our Facebook page. Let us know what you would pay to listen to. We pick a movie that you pick.
Yep.
And we watch that and tell our opinion on that. Something to help us keep this going, because we have some things we're working on, but they're a little far down the road.
We could do live commentaries or something.
We can invite you to come to the movie. We'll pay for you to come see a movie with us or something.
That'll be fun. I'm not paying for anybody.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, okay. We'll get another Movie Pass account.
Yeah, we'll get a Movie Pass just for our guest. Can we get a Movie Pass that just says guest on it?
Can we get a Movie Pass?
Can we get a Movie Pass that doesn't bankrupt itself?
Can we just get a Movie Pass? Because it's going to be tough.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's our show. Thanks for listening.
Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. We're on there. So I'm Gerrit Elzinga.
I'm Mike Logan, and that was good.